It's 4/9/2015. My name is Preston Tilley. We're doing this for English class 155 for Miss Julia Ellington. This is my process analysis on how to change a heating element and a water heater. Today we will review the tools that you need to do the job correctly, how to actually remove the thermostat itself, how to replace the thermostat, and how to ensure that your job that you did was done correctly. Alright, one of the first steps that we're going to do in this process is make sure that you turn off the power supply, which is going to be through a circuit breaker that goes to your thermostat on your water heater. Alright, the second step we're going to do today is make sure you turn off your water supply, which is usually located near the road on your residential housing. After you do that, the third step is to make it to your actual hot water heater, which most are located up under the house now. Some are located on the outside of the house, but most are located up under the house. As you can see here, you have your upper thermostat and your lower thermostat, which I drew the arrows to blow up for you right here. And this is your lower thermostat. Okay. Once the power is off and you're 100% sure of that, you'll have a hot wire coming in and you'll have a common wire coming in to your thermostats themselves. Okay, this is your heating element. This is the part that we're going to be changing that has issued a default and made the reason why your water is no longer hot anymore. As you can tell, I got the hot wire coming in through the thermostat going out into the heating element. This heating element actually unscrews from the water tank itself. But before you do that, you need to make sure that you put a hose pipe on the drain valve of your water heater, which is located at the bottom. I blew that up so you can see that right here. Once you put this hose pipe on the bottom of your drain valve, open up your drain valve so all the excess water in the water tank itself will drain out of the water heater, and put the end of the hose pipe outside the house to prevent flooding from your basement. Once all the water is drained out of your water heater, then you need to go and grab your wrench right here. These are specially made to remove the heating element themselves. Okay, as you can tell right here, you'll have a hole in the bottom of your wrench, which you use a screwdriver for. Okay, whenever you stick that screwdriver in the end of that, after you had already removed all these wires to the thermostats, this actually sits right on top of the heating element itself, and this heating element is a screw-in type heating element. So once you sit the end of it on top of the heating element, you actually put your screwdriver right through the end of it as that little hole right there, and just turn to the left until you release it out of the way. Once you got out one that's defaulted or both, I recommend replacing both at one time if you're going to change them out. Go ahead and look at the other heating element that you had bought and make sure that it matches. The one that we were particularly working with today is a 4500 240 volt heating element. A 4500 is a particular series that it is. You want to ensure that whenever you buy a heating element, it is the same length as the previous ones. It can have a single pole or it can be double, as long as it's the same length. And it says 4500 right here on the side and 240 volts if that's what your heating water heater calls for. Okay, once you do that, you're going to put this new heating element in the top heating element and another one in the lower heating element place. Alright, you're going to screw them back tight and make sure that you have them as tight as they possibly can be by using the same tool that you took it out with. Okay, once you have them put back in, you're going to replace the wires just the same as they came off of there, with your hot to this side, your common to this side, and the same goes on for the bottom side as well, just the same as that way. So it's best just to push your wires to the side when you take them off, just to ensure you got them right and not mixed up. After everything's back installed and good to go, you're going to want to go inside and open up your drain valve, open up your hot water side of your spigot on there. Turn back on your meter at the road. Make sure that it gets water going through the water tank itself and filled up. Alright, the spigot on the inside of the house needs to stay on until all the air has already flowed out throughout the spigot. Once you have all the air out of the water tank itself and water starts to come out, it'll come out and burst at first. Once it's through with the burst, it'll pour out like a steady stream like normal. Okay, once you have that done, that steady stream back to normal, you want to make sure that you go back then and you don't have no leaks around where you connected the new heating elements into your water heater, which again is right here and right here. Okay, and then after that, you want to make sure that you go flip the breaker back onto the on position as we first had talked about. This will get the water heater heating up. Okay, you need to give it about 30 to 45 minutes after you have everything back installed and properly working with no leaks on it. And in approximately 30 to 45 minutes, you should have hot water going to your house. Okay, this is the conclusion of my essay on how to properly replace a water heater element.